Who do you choose to spend your time with? Hey, it's Lenny Wennerstrom, and I'm going to read your passage for today. It is November 5th, day 310, 56 days left in 2024. We are 84.70% complete with the year. So I am here to help you find your purpose. Look, it snowed. Isn't it beautiful? Oh, it's just gorgeous. I could hardly wait to show you this. I was inside on the last video because I was a day behind, but I wanted to show you this. I've got snow on the deck, so the tripod's not sitting very well, and there's snow right here on the deck. So I'll just show you what I'm talking about. You can see the snow. Well, you can see the snow everywhere. There's snow, but I'm trying to put the tripod so it sits perfectly, and the sun's about to go down. So gorgeous, so beautiful. So there's snow right where I want to stand, and I left my shoes downstairs, but I wanted to hurry up before the sun went down because I wanted you to see the sunset with me. And let me just do it with my sock so I could stand in the right place. Okay, anyway, the story, November 5th, let's just read this to you. I choose to spend my time with people who believe in me, people who trust me, people who believe in my goals, people who support me in reaching my dreams, people who accept me for who I am, people who encourage me instead of criticizing me, people who see my true potential, people who build me up, even when things are down, and people who care about me as I care about them. Today and every day, those are the people I choose to have in my life. I should have started this with, who are the people that you choose to have in your life? That's how I should have started this one, because, you know, it is so importante. And I talk about this a lot with neuroplasticity. And neuroplasticity is, in a nutshell, is that your brain is constantly rewiring itself until the day that you take your last breath. The second you take your last breath, it is rewiring. And until it shuts down, it is recording. I should say, not rewiring, recording. Then, if it's repeated, it rewires. And I'm talking about your neural circuitry, your neurocircuitry, your neurons that are forming new circuits. Like, just think about electrical lines that are going here and going there in a building and directing the flow of energy wherever it's going. That's your brain, and different parts of the brain light up when you're positive, when you're negative, when you're scared, when you're all these things. And I'm just going to go here on the snow because I want to be right here in the middle with you. So I have snow on my foot, and which is just fine. It might get cold in a minute, so I probably won't be here that long. Okay, but this is so key to who you choose to spend time with, because this neurocircuitry, you have mirror neurons, and you're constantly if the people that you choose to spend your time with, they are building you up or bringing you down or taking you for a ride. Maybe they love to do things that are, like, say, smoking pot all the time. I'm not saying that somebody who smokes pot all the time is bad. I mean, that would be a program anyway, right? That would be my own program. But it's like, do they work? Is it just once in a while? Or is it all the time because it feels good, but then they don't want to, they don't have a lot of motivation or inspiration or any of that stuff. And I'm just using that as an example because I know several people that do that all the time. And they really don't want to get up and go to work, and they don't feel inspired. And yet they'll say, but this inspires me. When I do it, I can write more or do more. Yet they never do anything with it. So, and that's just a couple of people that I know that are kind of like that. This is a real generalization. But what I'm saying is, if I were hanging out with those peoples, and I was influenced by them because I really like them, then I would more than likely probably be, because that's what they spend their most of their time doing. And anytime they feel stressed, or it's a habit, and that's what they do. So it's an addiction at that point, which is a habit. And so it's also a program. It's repeat, repeat, repeat. So what I'm sharing with you is that's just an example of mirror neurons, where you would be with these people and you would be being programmed by them and then by you, but their programs would be stronger if you're hanging out with them and that's all they're doing, and you continue to hang out with them. Then you're more likely to be more like them. So this is why you want to choose people who are inspiring, who lift you, who are financially successful, and you can model that, who want you to have success, who believe in you, believe in your goals. believe that you can do anything. They are constantly supportive when you say things. I don't mean like every single time, but I mean overall, these are the people you want to hang. Just what I just read to you, what Dr. Shad Helmstetter in his book. Did I say 365 Days of Positive Self-Talk for Finding Your Purpose? This is the book I read every single day, a passage. So this is November 5th. So I'm going to turn it around. Have your higher self, and it is getting a little chilly, so I'm going to get going. But you choose to spend your time with people who believe in you, people who trust you, people who believe in your goals, people who support you in reaching your dreams, people who accept you for who you are, people who encourage you instead of criticizing you, people who see your true potential, people who build you up even when things are down, and people who care about you as you care for them. Today and every day, those are the people you choose to have in your life. You know what? I don't want to finish it because I have something to tell you. So I'm going to go put on my slipper. You just enjoy the view and and I'll be right back with my slipper on so my foot isn't freezing and a little blanket. Okay, stay right there. Do, do, do. I'll sing to you as we go. Woo. Okay, here I come, here I come, here I come. I come with my fuzzy blanket because it was just a little bit cold out there. Oh, it was. My foot was really cold because it was wet because I was standing in the snow and it was really cold. So I put on my fuzzy blanket and got my slippers on. Ah, I don't know why I didn't do that from the beginning. Then I could have stayed out here longer. Whew. Oh, that's cozy. Okay, so the people you hang out with, you want to choose. You want to be very, very selective in who you spend the majority of your time. That includes family. If somebody brings you down all the time, why are you with them? Why are you hanging around with them? So think about that. I mean, even a spouse. I had a very abusive spouse in my first marriage. This is crooked, so I got to do it this way because it's hanging in the snow. Apologies for not being ready for this. Ah, okay, there. Now it's not hanging in the snow. Isn't it gorgeous out here today? It's just, well, this evening, look how beautiful it is. That sun is going down, but look at all this. I wanted to show you the fire just earlier when I did the other one. But look how beautiful. And that's going to be like 15 to 17 inches on starting tomorrow night. So that'll be beautiful. So beautiful. Okay, so what I want to share with you is when you choose people that lift you up and help you to shine, and they love you, they care about you, they know, like they say things like, I tell you every single time, I believe in you. Dr. Shad Helmstetter, like he taught us to that's a really important thing to say to people, and it's true, because if you don't have anyone telling you that they believe in you, and you don't believe in yourself, and it's not going in your brain every single day. I mean, hopefully you're watching my videos and you hear that you are born with unlimited promise and potential. You are unlimited. You can do, be, change, have, create absolutely anything you want to. And if you are hanging around people that are telling you those kinds of things and uplifting you, and you're having a bad day, or you're not feeling exactly like things are going well for you, and you have someone that tells you that your Happy Beans is piddling out here on the snow. They don't piddle on the deck. But anyway, that's what she's doing. So she had to go. So yellow snow and all that good stuff. So anyway, really the moral of the story is, and of the passage that is so amazingly beautiful, is hang out because you're being programmed. Choose people who love you, support you, uplift you, believe in you, trust you, and want to be with you, and you want to be with them. They inspire you, they motivate you, and they know that they believe in your goals. They know that you can do whatever you put your mind to, and they uplift you to succeed. They want you to be successful. They celebrate things with you. I have a friend. Her name is Amy, and she's just like, tell me everything you do so I can celebrate with you. Like whatever it is, she's like, well, just tell me when you get that done so I can celebrate with you. And all it is just like, yay, and clapping hands or telling me, leaving me a cool little box or something. It's just it's so beautiful, and it seems so small, but it's so significant. It's the people that really believe in you, and she totally believes in me. And I have so many friends, people that are like that, because I surround myself with that kind of person. And so this is why now Steve has never, to be very honest, Steve, my husband, has really never believed that I could be an entrepreneur and all that stuff. So all this was new when I started doing things and um, in that. And he didn't really know, but I mean, towards like before July 9th is when we went to the hospital. That was the continuing saga of even now, of this year. He was already saying, well, congratulations, because the YouTube channel was growing. It's not huge. I think it has 800 and I don't know how many peeparoos on it. It's small, but I haven't really had time to really focus on growing it. That's not my thrust, my main thrust of what I want to do anyway is, I mean, that brings credibility, that there's content, there's a lot of good stuff. Yet it's really more for you, the person who wants to be to know that I'm there for you, because I want to show up. I want to show up for myself. I want to show up for you, and it's really more for that type of person that wants to feel uplifted, wants to feel energized, wants to understand that they can do, be, change, have, create absolutely anything. It's for that person. And so it's not like, who's my audience? Who's this for? This is for anyone who needs it, male, female, any age, whatever. And this is why I say, please share it. If you know someone that could use the message that I share, that you are unlimited, you were born with unlimited promise and potential, and then you got programmed, and I teach you how to reprogram, rewire your brain with the right programs, which is easy. I mean, the things that I say, it's repetition, it's neuroplasticity, but the solution, so simple. It's free for 30 days, and it's always in the description. In the description, you can get the self-talk app that Dr. Shad Helmstetter created for all of us, that will rewire your brain with the right programs of high self-esteem and self-love, right? Especially somebody who's depressed or any of that. There's worry, stress, and depression. There's a program for that. There's solving problems. I mean, it's defeating problems, I think it's called. It's always positive self-talk for defeating problems. And there's for building your career, for success in selling, for success in relationships, success for women, personal and professional, success for smokers, to stop smoking, addiction, to any addiction. There's so many. Your financial strength, like growing financially, all of it, self-talk programs for helping you rewire your brain to have the right self-talk, to help your brain, very specific phrases to tell your brain what it is you want it to do. That's what it is. And it is a language, just like any other language, just like English, Spanish, German, French, pick a language, just like that. Portuguese. It doesn't matter. Arabic, it's a language. And you learned that language passively. And you listen to this language that Dr. Shad Helmstetter created passively while you're doing something else, driving, working out, anything. That self-talk is really, really powerful. So that's the solution. And it's an easy one. I mean, there are other ways of doing it that take a lot longer, but this is an easy one. So there's that. And then the people you hang around with, they're rewiring your brain with their programs, and you're doing the same with them. So hopefully your programs are strong and you can make them stronger. Think about your children. Wouldn't you love for your children to have these really strong programs and to be hanging out with people all the things that Dr. Shad wrote in there, what we've just been talking about in that passage today, is about who you hang around with, that people who inspire you and lift you and motivate you and all of that. So, oh, Lynette just left my phone because never mind. You need to know all my stuff. Well, I'll just finish telling you that. Yeah, because I got this phone, and because my other phone wasn't working, the volume wasn't working or anything, and we had it for a month. Because we've been doing everything together. But anyway, and today was the last day that I had to get it in so I could get the deal on it. So she got it done. So she was giving me a thumbs up. She's like, the phone's done. Do do do. So anyway, just because I interrupted with that. But who you hang around with, and that uplift and motivate and inspire, and they believe in you, and they believe in your goals, and they don't criticize you or bring you down. And I don't mean when I criticize, and I know that Dr. Shad doesn't mean this either. Criticism is one thing, but you talk about pointing something out with, of course, you um open to it. Like, it depends on who it is, right? If somebody just came to me and said, you're hunched all the time, uh, which I've been, because I haven't been doing my eccentrics. I do a lot of the stretches all the time, but I don't do, I mean, this is the dynamic. uh, I'm certified in it, and it's a full body dynamic workout that you're using your own body, and it's like Tai Chi and ballet, like the principles of it. And so it's pulling up. It's always pulling up, like from here, pulling up, and it's obvious that I haven't been doing it because I've been hunched. If somebody were to come to me and tell me, "Well, you're hunched all the time. You should do this or that," I'd probably reject that my programs and say, "You have no idea what I've been through." I probably wouldn't say that or think that, but it's just you just never know, because I'm very now when I pass by a mirror and it's like I look, it's like, come on, Lenny, lift up, pull, and because this is, let's say, day 6, but night 5 of hardly any sleep at all. And with Steve, and especially because Lynette's not here tonight, or last night, and it was a really long night. But Steve is getting better. I mean, I was having some thoughts about maybe, that maybe he was deciding that he wanted to go one way, but I see that he's starting to actually have some willpower. I mentioned, I think, a couple of days ago, that it doesn't seem like he has a lot of will to. He says he wants to live, but then he doesn't really show that he doesn't really show us that he's doing anything to live, to really push himself. And I mentioned that the kidneys, if you look at traditional Chinese medicine, or probably even Ayurveda, but the if you look at the organ systems and what they represent, and the kidneys being, low function or wherever they are, I, that, that everything has something to do with it, because that's the willpower. That's the Jing. They call it Jing, and that's like you only have a finite amount of Jing in your life, and you can deplete it. So, and this is traditional TCM, traditional Chinese medicine. But you look at the organs, you look at your teeth, and you look at the meridians, how they're connected. You can see women with breast cancer, that it's always tied to a specific tooth. The majority of women, it's so interesting because it's so ABC. This is one of the reasons why I became the common sense health expert, because common sense in health is not so common, and a lot of people don't know these things because we've been brainwashed, we've been programmed. And I rewired my brain with the right programs of health, looking at things. So I invite you to rewire your brain with the programs that Dr. Shad Helmstetter with created, and with his self-talk language, and hang around with the people that inspire you, motivate you, lift you, believe in you, trust you, um, and are there for you when you need them. Those are the people that I suggest highly that you spend your time with. People who inspire you financially, if you're looking to get ahead in life, and they've done it. Hang around with them. Let it rub off on you, because it does. It's like, yeah, you're going to rub shoulders with someone because their magic will rub off on you. Hang around with them and it will, because it's not magic, it's science. So, anyway, I'm going to read it one last time. And also, if you want to work with me, I'll be that for you, and but more than that, I'll help you set the right goals, and get there much more quickly than by setting the right goals rather than setting the wrong goals. It takes just as long to set the wrong goals as it does the right ones. As your life coach, it would be an honor and a pleasure to help you. And I will let you know about the group coaching, but all you need to do is email me, Lenny@lennymotivates.com with the word winner, and I will send you my programs and pricing. And you can decide if this is a time in your life that you'd like to move into 25, finish 24, move into 25 with the right self-talk. And you may as well, if you plan on working with me, please download that app, get on that app, get the 30 days, because I don't work with anyone that doesn't use the self-talk app, because I know that it's neuroplasticity. And if they're not doing it, they will not change, because the programs that they have running are so much stronger of self-doubt and lack of self-esteem and thinking what they can't do rather than focusing on what they can, and their determination, their concepts, their key concepts of life, of how they think and where they're at. And it's really importante that, I mean, I want people to find success in every single area of their lives. I want people to find success and excel in times of change. I want people to spiral up in life. This is coming down. Oh, here I'm talking about spiraling up in life, and my blanket's coming down. But I really want to help people spiral up in life and understand that they are unlimited, and you were born with unlimited promise and potential. I was born with unlimited promise and potential. I'm still working on the programs that hold me back and stop me in my tracks, and where I self-sabotage. That is ongoing, and it's getting less and less. And one of the biggest things was, I had this big fear, and I mentioned this before, not fear, but intimidation of driving the motorhome without Steve, or, in town, or whatever. And when I had to drive that back on, when did we drive it back? October 4th or 5th or something. I don't know, whatever day we drove it back, Lynette and I. It was a Sunday. And oh, it was the 5th because the wiener doggers, or the 6th actually, but the 5th we went back. But there was a wiener dog race, and Lynette was so excited, that was in Amarillo, to see that. And we got there on the 5th, so she got to see that. And then we drove back on the 6th. So, but just getting in it and driving it, I had absolutely, and it was before that. It was actually when we went to Tucson, and in March, that, I mean, I felt so, there was no intimidation back in March. And I thought, this is a self-talk. I am a product of the product. And because I wasn't intimidated, I had total self-belief and knowledge, knowing in my heart that I could do it. It was like, pff. And I realized later just how intimidated I was before. I still drove it, but I was always looking at the white line, and it just, I wasn't very comfortable. And it was just such a I guess a life check or something. It was like this light bulb when I thought, wow, no intimidation whatsoever. How did I just go from to just drive it in March? And I drove it most of the time because Steve wasn't feeling good. Except for like he did some really amazing driving through a snowy canyon, which was crazy. Um, this past, that was really snowy and awful. But he, but that lack of intimidation, you know, um, and just getting in and driving it, amazing, amazing. And that is the self-talk. That was a self-esteem, self-belief, lack of that self-doubt. And that's where that came from. Because a few years later, earlier, I still had that intimidation factor. So it was just such a light bulb moment, like, wow, this stuff works. And I've had several of those, because I can tell, just even financially, long ago, it was, man, if I just charge $27 an hour, or is $79 an hour too much, or any of this, it's like, you know what, Lenny, this is what you're worth. And this is how you help people on such an amazing level, what you have learned, and it is lasting and permanent. Like, it was so long ago that I used to feel like that. And where I still feel I'm very affordable for the people who really want to invest in themselves, and make change, positive change, for permanently. I still, I believe in what I do. And and that comes from the self-talk. And even in my relationship with Steve, and while and even defeating problems, like the going through the problems, going through all of this and excelling in times of change, that's the self-talk. Like, it has rewired my brain. Again, I teach practical spirituality, which is the spiritual journey and the human experience. Those are the two principles, or the two legs of what I teach. And but we're both at the very same time. So I mostly, on this channel, I focus on finding your purpose, and I disperse it and and infuse it with the spiritual. Yet that and then but the human experience is really what I focus on here, because so many people are more like, I mean, they have their beliefs, and until you move past your programs, until you rewire your brain and change the programs, you don't move forward. You stay stuck. You stay in your same, wherever you are. Even if you want to change, even if you go to the best conferences, you go to Tony Robbins or whoever it is, and you're so excited for that external motivator. The internal motivator, their programs, your programs haven't changed. My programs, I went to so many, and I was so excited to do stuff. My programs didn't change. So once I had a sick daughter, or I had this or that, or I had to worry about finances or something else, it was like, like, what happened? Like, I was so excited. What happened? What's wrong with me? It's always like, what's wrong with me? There's nothing wrong with you. There never is. It's just your programs, and you can change those programs. It's that internal motivator has not been fired up, has not been wired. The brain has not been wired to help you to find success. Oh, did you see the bird? I love when they fly by me. Anyway, that's the story. So please get the app. It's not mine. It's Dr. Shad Helmstedter's. I am an affiliate. It's a whole $19.99 a month, which gets you 30 days free. So I don't get rich on the affiliate fees, which are not much. So it's more that I believe in it, and I'm a product of it. And I know that once you start listening, you will believe in it too. And if you have it, you get to have up to 6 peeparoos on your account. So your children, your spouse, you could have a whole family listening to self-talk at breakfast, just in the background. It's just going, repeating, going into the brain. So then the brain's taking it all in. Even, it's like the TV. Rather than having the TV on or the radio, put the self-talk on and just let it go, let it flow, and let the brain passively do what it does best. That's how it learns. That's the way the brain works, with very specific phrases, or whatever it is, repeated. Think about a jingle that you learned when you were little. Lynette was she we used to eat really crappy food at one point, but she loved bagel bites, and she just started singing the song. This was like a few days ago, and I thought, that's a really good one. They should have used that. And she said, "Mommy, that's their jingle. That's their," and and she knew it all. And I was like, neuroplasticity, because she would go home after school and watch Life, I don't know, something, I forgot. Some those sitcoms that were 30 minutes, she'd watch those, and then bagels were always on. So she'd ask for those bagel bites, and she would make them at home. So in a microwave. I'm like, oh, that's not. Anyway, because she was telling me, yeah, I didn't want to wait. And I was thinking, man, I wish I would have known about microwaves then. We would have never had one in the house. We have one now, but that's our hood for our stove. Never use it. It's used for storage. We don't, the one in the motorhome, used for storage. So, I mean, you talk about EMFs and all of that. That's, so when she said that, I was like, ah, but the things you don't know, right? As a parent. So, but anyway, but there she was with her neuroplasticity, singing the bagel bites jingle. And here I was thinking she created that it was so good. It was like bagels in the morning, or pizza in the morning, pizza at night, something like that. I don't remember it, because I wasn't programmed by that, but what was I influenced by as a teenager? The shaving thing. I can't even think of it right now. But who wears short shorts? Do 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 do. You wear short shorts. We wear short shorts. That one. So I was very influenced by that. So what do you think I went? I went and got. I can't even remember the product now, but that's what I would use as a shaving cream, if I could. So, because we didn't have a lot of money, so I couldn't always get. Oh, Nair. That was it. Nair for short shorts. Boy, when I did get it, that stuff stunk. The chemicals in that. Ooh. But anyway, neuroplasticity. That's I can still, if I heard it, I'd be like, "Who wears short shorts?" So I wanted to look like those, those teenagers when I was, 12, 13, with my, beautiful legs being very non-hairy and all of that. Anyway, the things that we learn is a society, right? It's all socializing. It's all programs. You can change your programs. The ones that say you can't, that you have to have, bald legs in order to look beautiful, you can change that program. You can run around with a hairy leg, like some of the women in Europe with under their arm and everything else. And you might go, "Arr," if you're a woman, like, or a guy, like, "Ah, looks like a gorilla," or whatever. But that's a program, because you were programmed to think, "Ah, you should be using Nair." You should have a bald underarm. But what I'm saying is it's all programs. So anyway, be careful with who you hang out with, because you do get programmed. I'm going to read this last one, and I would love to work with you. By the way, life coach, as your life coach, it would be an honor and a privilege to help you with all of this, to set your goals, to excel in times of change, to find the key concepts that help you find success, the building blocks in your life, and that most successful people have and use all the time. I won't say all, because you never know. But anyway, November 5th. So just email me, Linny@LinnyMotivates.com, and put the word winner in the subject line or in the body. Okay. And I'll send you my stuff. Okay. My programs, my stuff. I'll just send you information. Okay. So November 5th, I'm just going to read it the way Dr. Shad Helmstetter has it. But this is the way you would be reading it if you had this book. Okay. I choose to spend my time with people who believe in me, people who trust me, people who believe in my goals, people who support me in reaching my dreams, people who accept me for who I am, people who encourage me instead of criticizing me, people who see my true potential, people who build me up, even when things are down, and people who care about me as I care about them. Today and every day, those are the people I choose to have in my life. So who do you choose to have in your life? And that's the story. I love you so very, very much. You can do this. You can find your purpose. You can do, be, have, create, change. I think there's another one out there. There are 5 of them. But anyway, anything. You can do any and all of those things. You are unlimited. You were born with unlimited promise and potential. That's why you can do, be, change, have, create absolutely anything. That's why. So, yes, you can do this. And as always, let me get my shining my light. I forgot all my rings. Oh, look, I have my turtle on. I have my turtle on today. I usually try to have my turtle on. I almost always have my turtle. My turtle is my spirit animal. Turtles overcome everything. They overcome obstacles. Why? They get on their backs and they go and they go and they go. And I got this at Crazy Horse from, was her Lulu Red Lulu? Oh, Lulu Red Feather. And so this is my chosen spirit animal. I just felt the turtle, very like that was my spirit animal. And it's true, overcoming its fertility and longevity and overcoming. So even fertility and creation and creating new things and all of that. Yet I really identify with the overcoming obstacles, because this self-talk has really helped me with that. And it's really funny. It's almost like when I really started believing that I could overcome anything, that the turtle, like, because that was something that was important to me. But that was when, like, the self-talk and all of that just like exploded in my brain, and understanding it. And I was like, this is why the turtle is my spirit animal. And anyway, it's beautiful. It's fun. So I'm still going to shine my light to brighten yours. You ready? I just had that turtle and I was just looking at what I had. I didn't have my rings on. So anyway, shining my light to brighten yours. I hope you've enjoyed the views. It's going to snow like crazy. It's going to be so beautimous. Give you a quick look. All the stuff's there we got all that for winter. I haven't covered it yet. Burr, burr, burr. I'm freezing. But look at this. Look at that. Isn't it gorgeous? Let me show you over here. That's West Cliff is that way. It's like the valley down over there. And then way, way over there. Let me see if you can see. But way over there. Oh, my slipper's all wet. But anyway, let me see if you can see what I'm seeing. Yeah, but you can see the collegiate parks. The mountain. You can't see them because of the in Colorado Springs. But you can see all of this. Okay, cutie butt. I love you so very, very much. And we'll see you tomorrow.